male contacts in your phone, you should never be broke. And if you can't ask any of the male contacts that text you, hey, good morning, what you doing? For money? Yes, it is time. Block, 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 block. You are not a pen pal.
Hey, this is Raul. Please
leave him alone. Ain't gonna do it for you. Income range for guys that I date.
So that's what she came up with as an example. An aerospace engineer that makes $200,000 a year. Jane. So that's what she came up with as an example. An aerospace engineer that makes $200,000 a year. Yeah, okay.
Now, if he comes and says that he works at McDonald's, no shade. You just don't make enough to date me. And that's okay. There's a girl out there for you. It's just not me.
So to all the McDonald's workers out there, you don't qualify to date her. Yeah, I know you was hoping and praying, but hey, be strong, brothers. Be strong.
Number 3, check his living situation. Does he have his own place, or does he still live with his mom in his mom's basement? Very important. Another thing, does he have an actual bed, elevated off the floor so you're not breathing dust? Does he have more than one pillow? Does he have blankets? Or do you walk into his room and he has one mattress laying on the floor with one stained pillow?
Men think, and that's why you don't get it. Don't study the thing that is in high demand for you to get it, then you'll always lose.
So many of these women that are going after the top 20% men.
Multiple things. It's probably best for you to study the thing that you want. And I find that a lot of women don't study men. The men that they want, right? Because the men that women generally want have access to 80% of women. But those women are telling these men, oh, you chase me, I'm the prize, I'm this, I'm the... But you want that more than he wants you. And that's what you don't realize. Because you're of the 80%, he's the one that is in high demand. And if you don't study the thing that is in high demand for you to get it, then you'll always lose. So for me, if I want a woman, and I know what women want, I'll study women. Because I'm trying to get them. The problem is that modern women don't want to study men and understand how men think. And that's why you don't get it. You don't get what you want because you're saying, I'm okay, I'm just me. If I just be me, that should be enough. No, you're supposed to study the thing that you want. Understand what that thing that you want wants and become the thing that he wants. And if you're doing that, you'll get the man.
No, that most of these modern day workers, but they refuse to study the type of man that they claim they want, which is exactly why so many of these women that are going after the top 20% men will not get one.
The buffoonery continues. Women would rather have a man locked up in the penitentiary than a hard-working man out in the real world.
So let me get this right. There's a thing called writeaprisoner.com, and women is getting engaged to men after writing to prisoners. They start dating them and everything. But y'all still want to get on planes and go find people overseas.
That's exactly why we're getting on planes and going elsewhere to date. Because some of these women are doing things that don't make any sense. And hell, you just proved it right now with that comment. Why in the hell will we stay here with a bunch of available women that would rather date men that are in prison than those of us who are walking around here with regular jobs? Are you high?
I'm not understanding your logic behind what you just said. How is brothers who are seeking to fly overseas to travel and explore the world have something to do with, in your words, black women writing dudes in prison, looking to date dudes in prison?
Now, for those of y'all who have been following me for a while, you know I had to do my homework on this one, right? So I typed in writeaprisoner.com, and guess what? There is such a website. You can choose a prisoner by the state, or you can choose them by sexual preference, whether he's bisexual, gay, lesbian, transgender. You can go by race, and you can choose one by the amount of time that they have to serve, or by age, from 18 to 99 years old. Man, I could not believe that this website was real. And evidently, women are actually writing these guys because it's an actual website.
Women's is getting engaged to Thugnificent, all right?
Magnificent.
Ladies, I know y'all mad as hell that this woman have put this out here like that.
He said, yeah, man, a lot of these dudes in here, in the prison, they'll get up online, they will, whatever, reach out to these ladies, and they will fall for all that shit they giving them. They nothing but game. So these women, I don't know if it's out of desperation, you know, they go after these do-dirties and all that stuff, but all they doing is getting played. And, you know, these ladies, man, they'll fill their commissary up, make sure that that coffee, the ramen noodles, and that mackerel or tuna is filled up. And that's the game that's going on right now. It is comical as right now.
Funny is these women love these prisons. It's no doubt about it. They don't want to go 50-50 with a lot of these guys, but they'll go 0-100 with a lot of these prisons because, baby, they like them conjugal visits that they get with the prisoner husbands.
And that's the point I was about to make. You got these women out here saying that they're not going to go 50-50. Then you got women out here saying that he has to pay all the bills and she's not going to cook and clean. Then you got women out here saying that the man has to chase her. But she can't tell you anything that's different about her from the next one for the reason that a man should chase her. But you'll date a man in prison who can't do anything for you, not even go 50-50. Make it make sense.
Male contacts in your phone, you should never be broke. And if you can't ask any of the male contacts that text you, hey, good morning, what you doing? For money? Yes, it is time. Block, 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 block. You are not a pen pal. You can't spend all your time and energy by improving yourself, taking high-value women one-on-one, and still be entertaining men just to have notifications. The wax lady, your hairstylist, your landlord, your phone bill. Payment method is not good morning.
So she's telling women that if a man is in your contacts on your phone and you can't ask him for money,
as someone that is okay with the bare minimum because that's what it's giving.
When she said, I don't care about that.
I'd really like to get to know her over some dinner and a nice ambiance.
And there it was like you can do a walk down the street.
Like, oh, a coffee date, ice cream date, that's good. That's good to me. Like, girl. Especially the women that were like, oh, I met my current boyfriend from a coffee date or from an ice cream date.
Message! You could have a hot pretzel, something, and just engage with someone.
That's good for you. But honestly, you're probably the exception and not the rule. For the majority of women, you probably should not be accepting coffee, walk, and ice cream dates. Honestly,
Actually, our first date was more of like we were already dating.
I said I'm wifey material.
Because you got lips.
Let me just say.
So, there's a bit to unpack with this, and I'm gonna try to like bring it to. I'm gonna try to keep it all on the spiritual spectrum. You know, of course, there is a lot that was said wrong in this video. We already know that. Like, I don't need to like go into like what was actually said wrong. But shout outs to Please Act Right for this footage, you know, that he gathered, you know, shout outs to him. But let's start with, I'm going to start with I'm going to start with a couple of things and then bring it full circle with what, you know, the prophet, upon him be peace, said, you know. Because the thing is this, I know this is crazy to say. I know this is very, very crazy to say. But the things that the prophet, upon him be peace, said can justify you showing disdain for these women, for you ignoring these women, and for you, in a sense, like, I'm not trying to incite anything. Don't think I'm trying to incite anything, but also it can also kind of give you the initiative to practice social segregation from them, psychologically, spiritually, and mentally. You know, because interacting with them will be kind of like a cluster. I guess you can say a cluster, like a conundrum, you know what I mean? It'll be like a quagmire, you know what I mean? You don't know what you're going to get, you know, no pun intended, you know, because the thing is this, you know, it's a double-edged sword with you maybe being a guy who, you know, works a job, and maybe your job is well-paid job. Maybe your job is 6 figures. Maybe your job is like very well paid, right? um, she's not gonna expect you to go like half and a half, right? She's gonna expect you to foot all the bills, right? She's expecting this, but the reason why she's expecting this is for the simple fact that you have those financial resources. And that's why I suggest to men, don't even let women know how much you make. There was one thing that was told to me, and this was very, very heavy. There was one thing that was told to me by a scholar that said, if a woman knows how much you make, if you make too much, she'll never be satisfied. If she knows how much you make and you make a lot, and if you make too little, she'll never respect you. You know, she'll never respect you. She'll try to embarrass you. As a matter of fact, there was this one video of a guy. I think he was flying a girl out or taking a girl somewhere, and the girl, instead of like the girl being appreciative of him doing that, what happened is she embarrassed him because the flight wasn't first class. Real talk. This is on TikTok. This is on all of those things, bro. Like, she just straight out said, well, this dude didn't even take me on first class, so I'm just gonna like embarrass him. And that's unfortunately what she did, on TikTok for the world to see. And then you also had women who were supporting her doing the embarrassment. You have women, of course, on a comment section doing it. Now, the one who said the one who said about basically I want to say basically said that you know the living situation, things like that. That woman is pushing like 300 pounds, and she even said that in one podcast that she's a fat, high value woman. So she doesn't even intend to go to the gym and stuff like that and what have you. So, this just goes to show you, like, I don't know if she's doing it for attention and that she knew she would go viral for it, and she feels that any attention is good attention. I don't really know her deal, but um, the fact that she's pushing like 300 pounds goes to show you like what type of time we're living in right now when it comes to these these women. And then the other woman, and it's unfortunate, but the other woman, and I'll get to the prison situation. I'll swing back to the prison situation. The other woman who said that, you know, if you have men in your phone and you can't just text them for money, or they're not sending you money, then you have to delete them from your phone. You have to block them and things. The sad thing about her is she's actually a dating coach. You know what I mean? Or she actually considers herself a life coach. And when she talks about, like, okay, you're getting high value, you become a high value woman and stuff like that. Unfortunately, a modern woman's object of high value is racking up debt from becoming a boss babe, racking up a high body count, and also maybe becoming a single mother in the process of that, and blaming all guys for the guys that she decided to lay down with. Which leads me to my next point. Usually, as crazy as it sounds, but you can kind of tell the difference between someone who's been locked up and someone who hasn't been locked up. Like, for example, you could be a guy who's in shape. You can be, like, for example, you can be you can have the physique of, like, let's say you have the physique of Cristiano Ronaldo, a famous soccer player, footballer. Okay, the thing is, when he first came into football, he was lightweight scrawny. When you look at him, he was kind of like lightweight scrawny. But when he left football, right? When he left football, or no, he didn't leave football, but when as he progressed in the ranks of football, he got bigger. Like you can tell that he was physically getting equipped to handle the rigors of the sport because of the simple fact that he was playing Portugal all his life. You know what I mean? And so what happened was, that English game is physical game, bro. Like playing in England is very physical. You have to be strong. You have to be big. You have to be fast. So what he did is he committed himself to, basically committed himself to stay in the gym and build himself up. So like you can tell that okay, dude is built. You can tell. Like you can be like, damn, dude is built. However, he doesn't fit the stereotype because of the simple fact that he doesn't have the prison bravado. He doesn't have the tattoos. He doesn't have that which these women like. The thing is, with modern women, there's two extremes. There's never any middle ground. The first extreme is that you have to be extremely wealthy for them to mess with you, regardless of how you look. Or you can be extremely poor and downtrodden and be at your nadir in a jail cell, and then they'll decide to mess with you because maybe you check off the boxes in terms of looks. I remember there was this one prison inmate that he got so much attention. I think he got like modeling contracts and stuff like that. I don't remember it, but I believe that was the case with him. He got like modeling contracts and all types of things. He got all this attention, and most of the attention came from the women, right? Mind you, they didn't care what he did, like, or what he was in jail for, which brings up another point. These women are contacting criminals, and it's crazy to say it, but they probably hope that like these criminals were convicted of a violent crime. It's not just Keisha who's doing it. I mean, you even have like I think there one of the other content creators, Darius. He showed that instead of using like a dating app, which I don't recommend for any guys, that this one girl decided that she was gonna get a prison pen pal, and she was a Casper Karen. So I want to wrap this around and put it in full circle in terms of what the prophet, upon him be peace, said, which you may not agree with, but it's showing itself in front of our eyes. So I'm gonna go to it and talk about it. Okay. Now I don't expect like I don't expect Keisha to agree with this. I don't expect Casper Karen to agree with it. Hell, I don't expect Hellacious Halima to agree with it, because for the most part, Hellacious Halima doesn't even like Islam in the West. But shout outs to my guy Big Ronnie Bangs. Big Ronnie Bangs, he's on a different wavelength, you know what I mean? And I'm gonna take his slang, and if I have to pay him to take his slang, then I will be happy to pay him to take his slang. But I was reading this book that was given to me about the signs of the hour. And what I mean by the signs of the hour, the sign of Judgment Day. And there's some very heavy gorilla biscuits in this book. That is whatchamacallit. That is the term that term that I use, you know what I mean, for something heavy. So when it comes to this, there was a couple of gorilla biscuits in terms of the sign of the hour, that relate to modern women and why they're doing the things they do. It's sad to say it, but it's all bad for us. Now, one thing I will say is that okay, let's see. Yeah, I don't want to even talk about the Antichrist because there's a lot of many Antichrists, and the sad thing is that I hate to say it, but dating coaches and modern women fall into many Antichrists because they're the biggest deceivers. You know what I mean? That's another gorilla biscuit that you can digest in your own time. Okay, so it was said that in Sahih Bukhari, it was said first in the Arabic, it was said min asharati sa'a an yakil ilmu yatsahar jahlu wa yahara zina wa taktura nisa'u wa yakila rajalu hatta yakun li kamsin amrati kayimu wahid. So what that translates to, among the signs of the hour will be the decrease of knowledge, the appearance and the promotion of ignorance. So I mean, when you look at it, what do modern women tend to promote mostly? Ignorance. What do they tend to what are they manifesting right now? Adultery and fornication. What's happening? The increase in women and the decrease of men. And this is a very heavy gorilla biscuit, okay? This is a very heavy gorilla biscuit that I'm about to break down. Because we have to look at it from kind of a metaphysical point of view as well. And the thing is when they say an increase in women, right? Could that also mean, and I'm asking this question, I'm not saying it does mean it, but I'm just asking this question. Could that also mean the men who decide that they are women? And could the decrease of men also mean the emasculation of real men? That they are so extinct that they come with the characteristics of a woman? And could we also see that the top percent men, that all these women are vying for them because of the simple fact that that strong, independent boss babe thing was all a fluke and they're actually looking for someone to take care of them? Although they said over and over again that they don't need someone to take care of us, take care of them. Another sign that we're looking at that we see with modern women is we see the voices of people of corruption, ahlul fisk, and you know, by all means they've been corrupted, bro. Like, have you seen any woman actually like say, yeah, you know, we were, you know, we were fooled. We never should have went this route. You never see any woman do that. None. Because the women who didn't go that route, they're too busy taking care of their husbands or doing something like that. Another thing too is the characteristics is authority being given to those who are undeserving. So you look at Kamala Harris, she ain't capable of doing that job. Hillary Clinton ain't capable of doing these jobs. You know, they're just not capable, bro. What Hillary Clinton did to Gaddafi was an emotional haul to keep this man from making Africa self sufficient. That's all it was. Let me see what else. Yeah, I'm going to end on this note. Because it has to do with women as well. Has to do with women too. So I'm going to end on this note. I want you to digest these gorilla biscuits for real. And don't think that these Kafirs went to war and are doing the crap in Iraq and they did in Syria because of just material benefit. They know what's going on. They know what's up. They're not as dumb as they are. They're not stupid. You know. So one thing that you notice a uptick in here, and women led the charge for this as well, is men sleeping with men, women sleeping with women, and also just being indecent, and nobody's checking them. Like you see twerking videos and everything like that, and nobody's checking this. Nobody's putting an end to this. There was something else that I wanted to see. Let me see. Okay. There was one more thing, and it has to do with something. Okay, here. Okay, here we go. So, there was one thing that says when a mother will give birth to her mistress. And when you think about that, that's what's going on right now. When you see, they didn't just, they just included the mother. So when you look at these single parents, right? You look at what they're doing and how they're grooming their daughters. They're essentially grooming their daughters to be mistresses because, let's be honest, like you look at Erykah Badu and her twerking with her daughter, right? You look at Bernice Burgos with her daughter, right? And you look at all these mothers with their daughters, and they're not setting them up to be wives. they're setting them up to be their wives, but not a guy's wife. And maybe there's a live stream that we need to do. Maybe there's a live stream I need to do with the signs of the hour, since there's many, but I'm going to end on this note. That, modern women have oppressed us. Women have oppressed us for the simple fact that, let me see. I want to see something else. Oppression is something to be proud of. So you will see women on these forums talking about financially oppressing a guy, meaning that they just suck a guy dry, right? String him along, make him think that he is in the the good zone for her, but really it was all a ploy just to get at his money. And then there's other different oppression that these modern women are guilty of. You know what I mean? And it's not like a sob story or anything. It's just that, like, for example, like, due to the way it's set up in this gynocracy that we live in the West, there's nothing we can really do except for pray. Because if we take any other action, you know, the only other recourse would be like legal, but most of the time that legal recourse is gonna result in the woman winning. You know what I mean? So the thing is that, you know, we're subject to oppression from these women because, like, even today, like, there was this one fat sumo wrestling looking woman who just was talking to me in a certain kind of way. And she's like, yeah, you can drop that attitude. And I said, I didn't drop it. I don't have an attitude. I simply said yes. You know, and I was thinking about punching the table at the establishment I was in, but I was like, yeah, you know, if I do that, then it'll be terrorist threat. Because it seems like these women are so masculine, that's all they respond to. And they think that, like, you're weak and stuff like that, but it's just when you're constantly being under this gynocentric thing, then enough is enough, you know? So that's all I got for now. Leave your thoughts and leave your comments. And I encourage younger people who listen to this, please don't do anything stupid to try to win these women over. Please don't become an inmate for some tail. Please do not do that. But with that being said, it's SYS MB, Save Yourself Muslim Brother. And I'm off until the next one. Inshallah.